Terraria just updated from 1.4.3 to, get this, 1.4.4. That's a number higher! Because of this update, I remembered, hey, Terraria is my favorite video game of all time, so why haven't I played it in like a year? That's kind of weird, right? So I played Terraria, and unlucky for me, in the back corners of the internet, known as my YouTube feed, I found out that there is a seed that was added in this update that made Terraria way harder. The seed is Get Fixed Boy, and if you've heard about it before, you know a couple things. You spawn at the bottom of the world, in hell, or Florida. I can't really tell anymore. And there's a lot more about the seed, but I don't want to spoil it for you because whew, it is interesting. I don't want to waste any more of your time, so let's get right into it. Okay, so this is just gonna be awful. I have the seed in, right? I have it in master. Well, oh my god, look at that little smiley face. Oh, this smiley face is kind of creepy too. Spreading grass. Not placing. Why is the only thing that showed up in the right way? Why was it not placing traps? Why was the one thing that showed up right? Final. Oh my god, it's sticking. It sticks around. It's there. It all sticks around. The first thing you'll notice when you spawn in is that you're in a forest of Satan's ass hair. These are ashwood. I'm sorry, ashwood trees. These trees were just added, and from what I understand, they're kind of rare in normal worlds, but they are all over the place in this one so that you can actually, you know, get wood, which really isn't a problem that I have, but I won't judge. So the first step is to talk to the NPCs and ponder if they really care about you. I mean, if you can't really talk to them, who can you talk to? I mean, does anything really matter? Then break down some trees and make some armor out of that, because you are going to desperately need it. And the cool thing is that this armor actually has a set bonus, which is that you're more resilient to fire damage. I wonder how that could be useful. Maybe because there are honey blocks everywhere and they burn you. So if you like spicy food but are diabetic, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not your doctor. Don't look at me for medical advice. Figure this shit out. Eat vegetables more. I think. Does that even work? I don't know, because I'm not your doctor. And with that all set, you can move on to step 2, which is climbing. That's just trying to get up. Trying to get up. That's it. That's all you have to do. Go through the rainbow mushrooms. Go through this psychedelic shit. That's all you're challenged to do. It is so hard. Every time you go up, you are just gonna die to some random thing. You could just walk out and get one shot by anything. You could get touched by a fucking slime and boom, you are dead. So what do you do if you're severely underpowered like this? Well, you be a good Christian and you don't touch your sword. Don't put it into anyone. Don't touch your sword. Not even out of pleasure should you touch your sword by yourself. Completely abstain from it. You don't want to be too close to any mobs that could kill you in one shot. Try using a yo-yo. And if you are somehow able to find arrows, a bow. Because something that's fun to note is that there's basically no stone on this level. So you can't even really make arrows until you get high enough up to find stone. It is so difficult. I don't know if I told you that yet, huh? With this basic information, I gotta note one more thing. Remember that pop-up earlier that said placing no traps? Well, that was the most obvious lie in history. But if you didn't expect this part, they are rampant. They are everywhere. One pressure plate could be next to 2 others that are going to do just as much damage or kill you in one hit. Dart traps, boulders. Some boulders are bouncy, by the way. Oh, also, if you're going to break pots so that you can get some quick loot, well, you're only really going to get ropes and bombs are going to fall out of them. No, not the ones you can pick up. Genuine bombs, lit explosives are going to spawn in from some of these. Some chests have special stuff, like them being a dead man's chest, but that's pretty obvious. I mean, there's, what else? Mimics, even though you're in pre-hard mode. Some chests will just have special things, like, poisonous gas will shoot out of them and poison you for 3 minutes, despite the fact that you only have 5 hearts. And you don't really know when you're gonna get a heart crystal next, because they're definitely not on the layer you're on, and, ooh, you've been there for like 30 minutes now, and it's kind of hard to see when the end is coming. Going up, you out a little too hard, so eventually I decided to try to spread out a little horizontally, and I fell into lava, and then encountered that aforementioned mimic, and at that point, I was really mad. I was furious, and I'm a pussy, so I got off of this world and started a master mode world to see how hard this was compared to what would be the hardest difficulty in Terraria without any seeds. So for reference, I lasted about an hour and 30 minutes playing Get Fixed Boy, or Terraria's legendary seed. Within that 1.5 hours, what did I get done? I made armor, died slimes maybe like 30 to 40 times. I saw a really cool boulder that reminded me of those bouncy balls and gumball machines at Old Navy. Yeah, that's about it. Now, alternatively, in the Master Mode world, things started off pretty basically. I just went over, got myself some cactus armor, cactus sword, and then progressively upgraded through lead armor, silver armor, and then once I got my way to platinum armor in my world, I felt ready enough to go and craft the King Slime spawner. And then, after having made a whole arena for it and gotten my potions ready, I was told the Eye of Cthulhu was going to spawn that night. Now that's a bit of an issue for a couple different reasons if you didn't know. I was prepared for a King Slime fight, and instead I was going to fight the boss that is one ahead of it. That would be a bit of an issue, right? Apparently not, because this was easy as fuck. So I beat the Eye of Cthulhu, and then summoned the King Slime, and beat the King Slime. At this point, it had been maybe 45 minutes. In the Master Mode world, I was able to beat the first 2 bosses of Terraria within half the time I was in the Legendary Mode world. And in the Legendary Mode world, I got nothing done the entire time. To add insult to injury, I went over to the Crimson in my world, broke 2 orbs, made an arena, and then summoned in the Brain of Cthulhu. And I died to it because I didn't have the right potions. But then I went back there and I did the same thing again, and I beat it. And at that point, I put my head in my hands and started crying, because there is no way in hell I'm going to get anything done in a Legendary Mode world. If in a Master Mode world, I could get that much shit done in the same amount of time that I could do nothing in a Legendary Mode world. Like, what the fuck is that? Hey guys, I hope you liked the video, and if you did enjoy it, please like the video. And if you want to see more of it, then you can also subscribe. And for those of you who just really want to scream into an empty void, there is the comment section right down below. But anyways, I meant it whenever I said this is probably my favorite game of all time. I played it on my Xbox 360 and I spent hours on it. I'm pretty sure on PC I only have like 400 hours on it, but if it was all time, it would probably be in, like, the 3000s at the least. I've played this shit all the time as a kid, and I still love playing it to this day. This update has a lot more fun things in it if you didn't play it, but I didn't really touch many of those other than this world. But, anyways, video's over. I'm watching you. Bye.